Hi everybody, it's me, Timmy Flyersguys, and welcome to another edition of the Flyersguys Top 10. Today's episode is episode 99, and in today's episode, I'm going to be counting down my top 10 favorite Philadelphia Flyers games that I attended. Since the season is upon us, I thought I would do an episode about the top 10 Philadelphia Flyers games that I attended. I went to a lot of Philadelphia Flyers games. I went to some in my childhood. I also attended some games from about, I would say, 2001, all the way up to 2016, because right after that, I had to officially retire from going to Philadelphia Flyers games. Life got really hectic, and it all started in 2016, and then in 2017, well, as you can see, in 2017, I was hospitalized, and my future of going to Flyers games was pretty much up in smoke at that point. But I'm happy to still have the memories of many great Philadelphia Flyers games. I can't really get out to many Philadelphia Flyers games because it's very hectic. I have a lot of equipment to take with us. And plus, we have nursing at 10 p.m. at night, so that's pretty much a no-go right now. But, it's kind of hard for me to really get out of the house. With all this equipment, plus the ventilator, and I'm on and everything. It's just really hard to really get out to games like I used to do. But the good news is I still have the many great memories of Flyers games that I attended. In this episode, I'm going to count down my top 10 favorite Philadelphia Flyers games that I attended. Without further ado, let's get into the video. Okay, starting off the countdown at number 10. At number 10, the 2012 Eastern Conference semifinals, Game 2, Philadelphia Flyers, New Jersey Devils. During the 2012 playoffs, the Philadelphia Flyers eliminated the Pittsburgh Penguins in 6 games to move on to the 2012 Eastern Conference semifinals. Actually, I meant to say, this was actually game 1. That's right, me and my dad got tickets for game 1 of the 2012 Eastern Conference semifinals against the New Jersey Devils. This was a back and forth affair. After the game ended in regulation with a tie, and it went into overtime. Gabriel technically scored twice, but the first time he scored, the goal was disallowed. But then Briere was at it again, as he scored the game-winning goal in overtime. This was the only victory the Flyers had in this series. Despite being eliminated in the second round in 2012, this game was epic. Danny Briere blew the roof off the Wells Fargo Center with a big overtime game-winning goal. They don't call him Mr. Playoffs for nothing. So number 10, the 2012 Eastern Conference Semifinals, Game 1 against the New Jersey Devils. Now we get into number 9 on this countdown. And at number 9, the Philadelphia Flyers versus the Atlanta Thrashers from February, either February or March of 2004. Fan appreciation. It was the 2004 Philadelphia Flyers Fan Appreciation Night. After being in the hospital back in January from pneumonia, we actually had tickets to this game back on Christmas of 2003. We got one of those Santa sacks, and then that Santa sack was 2 tickets to the Philadelphia Flyers Atlanta Thrashers game, and it was Fan Appreciation Night. Fan Appreciation Day. This was a day game. This game was a back and forth affair. Not a very defensive-minded hockey game. Going into the third period, the game was tied with a little bit of time left in the third period. Simone Gagne goes in on a breakaway, and he is tripped on his way to the net. Simone Gagne gets awarded a penalty shot, and Simone Gagne gives the Flyers a 5-4 lead, and it would be the eventual 5-4 victory over the Atlanta Thrashers. And that's my number 9 pick, Philadelphia Flyers versus Atlanta Thrashers, 2004, Fan Appreciation Day. And now, we get into our number 8 pick on the countdown. At number 8, Philadelphia Flyers, Florida Panthers, November of 2005. I remember this game like it was yesterday. Me, my mom, and my dad went to this game. And we got probably the worst seats ever. But still, it was a fun game. The Philadelphia Flyers, it was a tie game in the third period. It was the last, and in the last minute of the third period, with little time left, Mike Knievel gave the Flyers the 3-2 lead and the eventual 3-2 victory over the Florida Panthers. The marching middle scored with less than a few seconds left. The arena, the Wachovia Center, went crazy as the Flyers sealed the victory with a 3-2 win over the Florida Panthers. And those are number 7 pick Philadelphia Flyers, Florida Panthers from November of 2005. Now we get into our number 7 pick on this countdown. And at number 7, Philadelphia Flyers, Nashville Predators from February of 2015. I remember me and my dad went to this game. Everything seemed fine. It started to snow, but it was okay. We were alright. It wasn't really that bad. We get to the game, and it's the Philadelphia Flyers versus the Atlanta Thrashers. This game was a back and forth affair that would not end in regulation. The game went into, also I forgot to mention, that the Flyers had some goaltending issues. Injuries to the goaltenders. So the Philadelphia Flyers called up goaltender Rob Zepp, the Lehigh Valley Phantoms. Rob Zepp, I gotta tell you, he played really well in this game. But like I said, this game was a back and forth affair that would not need regulations to stop it. The game went into overtime, and nobody was able to find the back of the net. Going into the shootout, it was the Philadelphia Flyers that beat the Nashville Predators in a shootout. Rob Zepp and Ryan Simmons got the winning goal, and it was Rob Zepp who got the winning save as the Flyers beat the Atlanta Thrashers in a shootout. So at number 7, Philadelphia Flyers, Nashville Predators from February of 2015. I also forgot to mention that it snowed. It snowed that day, and it took us a little while to get back to the farm. So that's our number 7 pick on this countdown. And now, we get into our number 6 pick here on this countdown. And that game was Philadelphia Flyers, New York Rangers from October of 2015. It was the Flyers Rangers, one of the biggest rivalries in hockey, and me and my dad, we had tickets to see this game. It was on a Saturday night, and this was one of the biggest games ever. It was a back and forth affair between the two teams. As the game went into overtime, and then eventually went into a shootout. In that shootout, Sam Gagner got a goal for the Flyers, and Claude Giroux got a goal for the Flyers as the Philadelphia Flyers defeated the New York Rangers in a shootout This was a damn good game. I gotta tell you, damn good game. This game had everything. It had the drama. It had the rivalry. And it had the aggression. So number 6, Philadelphia Flyers, New York Rangers, from October of 2015. Guys, I'm going to take a break. I'm going to take a quick break, quick commercial break, and we will be back for the top 5 on this countdown. Stay tuned, everyone. Tell me the Flyersguys top 10. We'll be back. Okay, I am back, everyone. Back from the commercial break. And now we are going to do the top 5 picks on this countdown. Now, at number 5, Philadelphia Flyers, Ottawa Senators, March of 2012. During this game, the Flyers were down in this game, but it was Danny Briere who turned things around. The Flyers were down by 2 goals, and Danny Briere dropped their gloves and got in a fight with Kyle Turris. Briere absolutely energized the crowd and energized his team. Shortly after that, Danny Briere scored not 1, not 2, but 3 goals. 2 of the goals in regulation, and 1 goal, and another goal in overtime, complete the hat trick as the Flyers defeated the Ottawa Senators in overtime thanks to some sudden death magic from Danny Briere. So number 5, Philadelphia Flyers, Ottawa Senators, from March of 2012. At number 4, Philadelphia Flyers, St. Louis Blues, from December of 2015. Philadelphia Flyers were down in this game, 3-0. But the Flyers were on the comeback trail, tying up the score in the 3rd period and getting some late game heroics from Evgeny Medvedev, as Evgeny Medvedev got the game-winning goal late in the 3rd period as the Philadelphia Flyers defeated the St. Louis Blues 4-3. I remember this game. Me, my dad, and my sister went to this game, and it was a really fun time as the Philadelphia Flyers defeated the St. Louis Blues 4-3 with a late goal in the 3rd period from Evgeny Medvedev. So that's my number 4 pick, Philadelphia Flyers, St. Louis Blues, from December of 2015. At number 3, Philadelphia Flyers, Washington Capitals, March 31st, 2013. The Philadelphia Flyers 2013 season was not a very good season. But this game was a really good game. It was a back and forth contest between the Flyers and the Capitals of Seattle. The Capitals had a 2-goal lead in the third period. It was the Flyers who tied the score up. And in overtime, it was Ruslan Fedotenko who got the overtime game-winning goal as the Flyers defeated the Washington Capitals. I remember going to this game. Me and my dad went to this game, and it was a really good one. Despite this being not a very good season, this game was a pretty damn good one. So number 2, Philadelphia Flyers, Washington Capitals, on March 31st, 2013. At number 2, Philadelphia Flyers, New Jersey Devils, 2004, Eastern Conference, quarterfinals, Game 2. I remember this was my first ever Philadelphia Flyers playoff game. I remember my dad got tickets to this game, and me and my dad went, and this was a pretty good game, as the Philadelphia Flyers defeated the New Jersey Devils in Game 2 of the Eastern Conference quarterfinals. I remember the Flyers took the 2 games in their lead over the Devils. They lost Game 3, won Game 4, and eliminated the Devils in Game 5. This was a good series, and this was a really good game. So at number 2, Philadelphia Flyers, New Jersey Devils, 2004, Eastern Conference, quarterfinals, Game 2. And now we get into my number 1 pick. But before I do that, let's talk about some honorable mentions. Well, actually, I was talking about, I only have one, really. I have an honorable. Before we get to number 1, here is my honorable mention. Philadelphia Flyers, St. Louis Blues, from March of 2014. I put this game on this list because this was the game where I finally got to meet two wonderful friends of mine, Christina and Caitlin. This was the first time we met at a game, and we took a picture together. It was a pretty good day, and I was so happy that I got to meet them. And I was so happy that our friendship started to blossom. So that is my honorable mention. Now we get into our number 1 pick. And at number 1, Philadelphia Flyers, Tampa Bay Lightning, 2004, Eastern Conference, Finals, Game 6. I remember me and my dad went to this game, and it was the day before my prom, which I will talk about after I talk about this game. Me and my dad went to this game, and it was packed. and the atmosphere was electric. The crowd was going crazy for the Philadelphia Flyers. This was a star-studded hockey game as well. As many celebrities were at this game, such as Will Smith, Cuba Gooding Jr., Emilio Estevez, and many more celebrities. This was a back-and-forth affair for the Flyers. In the third period, the Tampa Bay Lightning had a one-goal lead until Keith Freeman tried to score up in the third period, taking the game into overtime. And in overtime, it was Simone Gagne who got the overtime game-winning goal as the Philadelphia Flyers defeated the Tampa Bay Lightning 5-4 in overtime. The crowd went crazy. The crowd was electric as the Flyers defeated the Tampa Bay Lightning in Game 6 of the 2004 Eastern Conference Finals. Unfortunately, the Flyers did not win Game 7. They were eliminated from the playoffs. But that doesn't take away the electric atmosphere of the Flyers fans in Game 6. The night after this game, I woke up the next day and it was my prom. And I went to the prom. I went to the prom the day after. And my voice was very raspy from all the yelling, screaming, and cheering that I did. This game is truly one of my favorite games. And this is why it's at number 1. Because this was one of the best playoff games that I have ever attended. I never expected my first playoff experience to be like that. But it was, and it was pretty damn good. Guys, that's it for my countdown. Before I go, I'm going to tell you guys before I go, I'm going to take one last commercial break, and I'm going to come back to tell you about the next episode of the Flyersguys Top 10. And just like that, the final buzzer has sounded and now ends another countdown here on the Flyersguys Top 10. Stay tuned next week as I will be doing the Flyersguys Top 10 100th episode. And on that episode, I'll be counting down my top 10 favorite moments on YouTube. And I'll be also counting down my top 10 favorites of we'll also be counting down my top 10 favorites. And we'll also be counting down my top 10 favorite countdowns that I have done over the years on the Flyersguys Top 10. I'll see you guys next time. Like always, I hope everyone's having a great day. And like always, let's go Flyers. I'll see you guys next time.